Hi everyone, Dexter here. Today I'm going to show you how the allowance of wills or probate of wills should be assessed with the appropriate legal fees. But before that, we have to check out the new expanded jurisdiction of the lower courts pursuant to Republic Act number 11576, which took effect on August 21, 2021 in consonance with OCA Circular number 115-2021 dated August 20, 2021. So, the affected courts here, the first regular courts, the Metropolitan Trial Courts, Municipal Trial Court in cities, Municipal Trial Courts, and Municipal Circuit Trial Courts. For second level regular courts, the Regional Trial Courts. Okay, under the first category, civil actions, which involve the title to or possession of real property or any interest therein. So from 20,000 for provinces or 50,000 in NCR, now it's equal to or less than 400,000 pesos for first regular courts. And more than 400,000, it's now the jurisdiction of the regional trial courts. Okay, so let's review again the provisions for these civil actions involving real property. So under 11576, number 2 provisions. So, in all civil actions which involve the title to or possession of real property or any interest therein where the assessed value of the property involved exceeds 400,000 pesos or except for forcible entry into an unlawful detainer of lands or buildings, original jurisdiction over which is conferred upon the Metropolitan Trial Courts, Municipal Trial Courts, and Municipal Circuit Trial Courts. So the provisions stating that the qualification under provinces and NCR, so it's already omitted. So same jurisdictional amount for the NCR courts and the provinces. Then for second category, the Admiralty and Maritime. So from 200,000 pesos, it was increased to 2 million pesos. So equal to or less than 2 million, it's under the jurisdiction of first regular courts. So more than 2 million, it's the RTC's jurisdiction. The third category, probate of wills. So another from 200,000 pesos, it was increased to 2 million pesos. So, equal to or less than. So, mind the symbol. This is the symbol for equal to or less than. Okay? Less than 2 million pesos, it's the first regular court's jurisdiction. So, if it's more than 2 million, it's RTC's jurisdiction. The fourth, other cases. So, this includes yung sum of money, collection suit, so other civil actions not involving real property. Okay. From 400,000, it was increased to 2 million pesos. So, equal to 2 million or less than 2 million. It's the first regular court's jurisdiction. And if it's more than 2 million, it's RTC's jurisdiction. So, this is the new expanded jurisdiction of the lower courts, the first and second level regular courts. And now, back to the discussion on the assessment and collection of legal fees on probate of wills or allowance of wills. To determine the jurisdiction, whether it's for the first level or second level courts. So, we're going to use the value of the property. So, the total value of the property is mentioned in the petition. So, real properties and personal properties, okay, must be stated in the petition. And the value should be the appraised value. So, determining of jurisdiction for probate of wills is different from civil actions involving possession to or involving real properties or interest therein. So, where the assessed value is being considered in determining the jurisdiction for real actions. Dito sa probate of wills, hindi ang assessed value ang basis ng jurisdiction ng real properties mentioned dito sa petition. It should be the stated value. And the stated value should be the appraised value. So, bakit appraised value? So, I'm going to explain that in the next slide. So why it's the appraised value. Okay, so if the total value of the properties is equal to or less than 2 million, so the jurisdiction falls on the first regular court. So METC, MTCC, MTC, and MCTCs. So if it's more than 2 million, it's the RTC's jurisdiction. Okay. Then the next step is the basis of the assessment of legal fees. So it is the total appraised value of the properties. So appraised value of real properties and personal properties. So it's not the zonal valuation or fair market value whichever is higher. Because real properties are like the family home. So hindi lang yung value ng lot yung tinitingnan doon. So it should be appraised. The real properties, the house and the lot. So the total appraised value of the properties must be stated in the petition. So it is provided under section 7D, paragraph 2, that the basis should be the appraised value of the properties. Okay, so to make sure that the party is stating the correct amount in the petition, so you may require the party to provide the appraisal report or certification from the expert, so the appraiser, so to as proof that the value of the property stated in the petition is the appraised value. So for first level regular courts, the basis would be section 8B of Rule 141. For RTC, the section 7D of Rule 141. And to convince you that it is the appraised value of the properties with the basis of the assessment of legal fees, let's check out the provisions of Rule 141 under section 7D. For initiating proceedings for the allowance of wills, granting letters of administration, appointment of guardians, trustees, and other special proceedings, the fees payable shall be collected in accordance with the value of the property involved in the proceedings, which must be stated in the application of petition. So it's required to state the value of the properties in the petition. Second paragraph, if the value of the estate as definitely appraised by the court is more than the value declared in the application, the fees on the difference shall be paid, provided, however, that a certificate from the clerk of court that the proper fees had been paid shall be required prior to the closure of the proceedings. So, required na the court, the assigned court, should appraise the properties. Okay, so if there's deficiency, so you're required to collect the appropriate fee on the deficiency, the value of the property. So in order to avoid this deficiency, so that from the time of filing pa lang, you should inform the parties to state the appraised value of the properties in the petition. So you may require the party to provide the appraisal report or the appraiser certificate of the expert, the appraiser. So in order to attest the correct appraised value of the property stated in the petition. Okay, so it should be the appraised value of the property. And that is the basis of the computation or assessment of legal fees for probate of wills or allowance of wills. So yung question ng iba na if real property in case of probate of wills, so yung real per market value ba or the zonal valuation ng BIR ba yung gagamiting basis na assessment of legal fees? So hindi. So the appraised value of the property. Kasi yung lot, ang lot, so kalimitan merong house yan, may construction, so merong plant, property, and equipment, yung fixed property doon. So, the value of the lot should be appraised kasama yung value ng building or ng house. Or yung farm lot, kung may mga crops doon, may mga tanim, so it's appraised pa rin yun based doon sa value. Kung ano yung nakatanim doon sa lot. So, ganun, i-appraise. Okay? So, under section 8B, for initiating proceedings for the allowance of wills, granting the letters of administration and settlement of estates of small value where the value of the estate. So, yung value dito na mini-refer, it's the appraised value also. So, hindi na inulit dito. So, sa Section 8 kasi na-mention na yon sa Section 7D. So, under Section 8B for first level regular courts, yun ding appraised value ang gagamitin sa pag-compute ng legal fees. Okay? Then, we'll proceed to the computation. So, allowance of probate of wills, problem. So, provided data for first and second level court. So, assuming an executor filed an allowance of will before your court station with the following information. So, for the appraised value of the family home, appraised value of personal properties, so number of heirs to be notified. So, for first level regular courts, the appraised value of family home is 1.250. 1,250,000 pesos. And the appraised value of personal property, so assuming the personal property is comprised of yung may deposit, bank deposits, so may jewelry, and other personal properties, may sasakyan. So if it's monetary value, yung pera, that is the face value. Pag yung hindi siya money, it should be appraised. Okay? So, for the data for the RTC, 2 million yung value ng appraised value of the family home, and 1.5 yung appraised value of the personal properties. So, 3 heirs should be notified. So, these are the data we need in the computation of legal fees for allowance or probate of wills. Okay, so computation. We're going to compute first the data provided for RTC, the second level court, regular court. So the procedure, so probation, allowance or disallowance of wills. So if it's disallowance, same procedure for the probation and allowance. Okay, so you can use this computation as your reference for computation of probation, allowance, or disallowance. So, computation procedures: get the appraised value of the real property and personal properties, which must be stated in the petition. So, second step, get the equivalent fee of the sum of the appraised value of the properties and under the graduated rates of Section 7D. So, get the sum of filing fees under Section 7D and the miscellaneous fees. So, yung miscellaneous fees dito, yun yung summons fees, yung tatlong tao. Then, add the other fees and STF. So, other fees, yan yung LRF, BCF, and MF, and STF. So, the amount involved, yung appraised value of the family home, yung real property is 2 million pesos. Okay, appraised value of the personal property is 1.5. So, total amount involved, 3.5 million. Okay, so 3 yung miscellaneous fee, ito yung number of heirs na should be notified. Okay. So, this is that basis natin, yung Section 7, Rule 141, yung D. Then, ang maximum amount dito is 400. So, yung 400, merong 2,410 for JDF and 4,090 for SADS. Okay? So, itong 30,310, ito yung formula niya. So, yung 2,410 plus ang B11, ito yung formula na gagamitin natin. So, B11 is this 3,500. B11, so B11 less minus 400,000. Kasi yung 400,000, ito na yung value ng JDF sa 400,000. So, tatanggalin natin yung 400,000. So, 3.1 million na lang yan. Divided by 1,000 kasi for every 1,000, 20 pesos. Okay? So, yung sagot dito, yung quotient dito, should be multiplied by 9 pesos. Ito yung share ng JDF doon sa 20 pesos. Okay? So, ang sagot dyan is 30,310. Okay? Same procedure for SADS. So, paano nakuha itong 38,190? So, ganun din. So, for Itong 4,090, ito na yung amount equivalent doon sa 400,000 pesos na charge. So, B11 also, minus 400,000. Itong B11, 3.5 minus 400. So, 3.1 million divided by 1,000, it's 20 pesos for every 1,000. Yung 11 na to, ito yung share ng charge. So, this is the formula how I arrive at 38,190. So, 68,500 ang total filing fees under Section 7D. Okay, so miscellaneous fee, 168. For JDF, 432 sa size, 600. Tatlo yan. So, ito yon. So, may formula ako dito. Okay, so 69,100 ang total. Then, other fees. Ang LRF, so ang basis ng LRF natin, ito lang, 68,500. Hindi kasama ang 600. So, may pursuant to OCA Circular 106, 2021. So, ito lang ang filing fee. So, yun yung basis. Yung 1% nito is 685 plus mediation fee, 500 plus BCF 5 pesos. So, total docket fees or legal fees is 70,290. Then, add natin ang STF. So, the total amount to be paid by the petitioner, 71,290. This is the computation for RTC. Okay? Okay, now, the data for first level regular courts, the MEDC, probation for MEDC, MTCC, MTC, and MCTC. So, same procedure. So, section lang ang mag-iiba dyan kung what section is the basis of the assessment. So, for first level court, section 8B, yung 1 to 3. So, ito yon. This is the 1 to 3. 8, ang 1 is not more than 20,000 pesos. Ang 2 is not more than 20 but not more than 100,000 pesos. Yung third is more than 100 but not more than 200,000. So, ang maximum is 200,000. So, ito yung limited yung basis ng computation natin. So, only 200,000 pesos. So, ang amount involved natin is 1.5. The appraised value of the family home na 1 million plus personal properties na 500. So, 1.5. So, yung difference na 1.3, saan i-base yun? So, tayo dito, so yung hindi na jump back method ng susundin, gagamitin na yung provision under section 7A8. Yung in excess of, for each 1,000, in excess of 400 to eh. So, 20 pesos. So, 200 ang, yung pa rin 20 pesos ang gagamitin. So, kahit 400 to, i-adapt natin dito in excess of 200,000 yan. So, 20 pesos for each 1,000. So, 8 pesos sa JDF, 12 pesos sa SAJ. So, ganito yung computation. Yung JDF, so, 1,310.50. Ito yung sa 200. So, yung B11, 1.5 less 200,000. Ito na yung meron ng value tayo sa 200,000 dito. So, divided by 1,000 times 8 pesos yung share ng JDF. Okay? So, yun yung formula paano nakuha itong 11,702.50. So, ito namang SAJ, ang share niya is 1,197.50. So, ang B11 minus 200,000 divided by 1,000 times 12 pesos ang share ng SAJ. Okay. So, itong 16,000 for SAJ, 79750, total filing fee, 28,500. So, plus 600 na summons fees. So, ang LRF, ang basis ng LRF, ito lang. Okay? 28,000. Hindi kasama ang summons fee. So, plus 500 na mediation fee, 5 pesos na VCF. So, total legal fees or docket fees, 29,890 plus STF, 1,000. So, 30,890 should total amount to be paid. Okay? So, yan yung computation for the first and second level court. Okay, and syempre, importante ang legal fees form. So, ito yung legal fees form for RTC. So, ang total babayaran is, yung computation natin, 71,290 for 3.5 million na amount involved sa probate of wills. Okay, so 3.5, dito sa baba. Then, sa first level court, METC, MTCC, MTC, MCTC, using kung provision ng Section 7A8, 30,890. Okay, so this ends our session. So I encourage everyone na i-share tong video na to para doon sa ibang clerks of courts, para yung hindi nakakapanood ng YouTube, so pwede nyo is-send yung link ng video para makita nila to. So, importante itong probate of wills. Maraming query sa office about sa probate of wills, kung paano ko computein. Okay. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this video, you may consider sharing and make sure to subscribe for more. Bye!